any questions that you may have, and hopefully I can answer. Coach?
Yeah, Mike, these young people, these young men and women here are now going through their education. You got your law degree. Did your law degree help you in this profession with contracts and stuff?
Sure. Actually, I wish I had a law degree before you coached me, because we always argued anyway. I would have been a lot better at it. I should have gone to law school and then high school. But the law degree, I wrote down a few lessons learned along the way. One of the lessons in here was to stay in school as long as you can. School's not easy. For some people it's easy. For most it's not. But if you kind of keep fighting through it, it gets easier. And I think it's important to stay in school as long as you can. And I don't mean that. I'm talking to people from Marion and Brother Rice. You're going to, 99% of you are going to go to college. That's awesome. When you get to college, think about going on even further. It's expensive, but I do think that getting a master's or a law degree does set you apart from other people. And I guess if someone's going to hire someone in the future, and there's a tie between you and another person, I think the extra degree will help you. As far as using a law degree, use it every single day, because I think contracts come across our desk every single day, whether it's an endorsement deal for players or whether it's a contract between Comcast and the Palace to see if how much money they should pay to call something the Comcast Pavilion. All the deals that Meyer does, they spend about $7 million in the state of Michigan in sports marketing. We do all those deals. So there's contracts coming back and forth all the time. So yes, the law degree I do use all the time. I wasn't positive I would. I was kicking and screaming after college. I was ready to go make some money. But I was glad that I continued on in school, and I would encourage everybody to stay in as long as you can stand it.
When you start up a company that deals with sports, how do you get the athletes contact?
Could you repeat the question?
Yeah, the question was when you start out in a sports marketing firm and you're dealing in endorsements, how do you go and get the relationship with those players? Well, I think for myself, it was 17 years of working with the Tigers and working with the Red Wings and getting the respect of the players. I wasn't one of those people that was so excited about being down in the locker room and being near players. And I wasn't really a starstruck type person. I just, when I told the player they needed to be at this particular thing when I was working for the team, I always made sure that I was there. I always made sure that I let them know what they should wear. Little things that they could show up in sweats if you didn't tell them, oh, by the way, you want to wear a coat and tie because we're speaking to this type of group. I always went through it and made sure that I was organized in what I was trying to tell them, and I kind of earned the respect over time. And those 17 years definitely helped me, because as soon as I started our firm, some of those former players and people that I had worked with called right away and said, could you help us out? So I think just always trying to do a good job with the people you're currently working with. You never know how they'll come back to help you. That's a great question. Why did I decide to leave Illich's organization? I'm not sure exactly why I did it, right? I started out, each year, it seemed like I got a bigger job with the Illich organization. Each year I was making more money and things were going real well. The last job I had there, Mr. Illich had brought me back to be in charge of the entire business side of the Detroit Tigers. And there wasn't much more room to go anywhere else. I'd done that for a couple of years. And I had a friend, Mr. Illich was getting a little bit older in age at the time. If I try to really think about why I did make that move, he was trying to hand over parts of his business to different children in his family. I wasn't sure how that was going to all sort out. And at the same time, I had a friend that had a business that was growing down the street. It was a law firm, it was a title company, it was an appraisal company. He was looking for someone to handle the marketing for all of his firms. And he had about 350 employees at the time. We have about 1,000 now, so it's grown quite a bit in the last 6 years that I've been there. But he wanted me to be in charge of all the marketing for his companies, but I didn't want to do that. I said, I'd rather stay in sports entertainment. And then he said, why don't you start your own sports entertainment company? And I looked back to my college days and law school days, and I had written out business plans on what I always wanted to do. And I said, you know what, I do want to do that. And I just said, you know what, let's give it a shot. So it wasn't a huge risk because I had the backing to go and work for his law firm and title company, but it was a big risk because I would be on a sports entertainment if the sports marketing firm didn't work. And the reason we called it Dietz Sports Entertainment was because Dave Trott told me, he said, the best way to make your company work is to put your name on it, then you won't let it fail. So we called it Dietz Sports Entertainment. We're not going to let it fail. Any other questions?
How many employees do you have at the typical sports management?
How many employees do we typically have in a sports management firm? Our firm is very small. We have 9 people that work there right now. A lot of the work is just, the consulting work is all done based on all my years of knowledge and learning, so I feel like I can do that at any time. The event management takes a few more people because they've got to, manage all these events that we're going to and whatnot. The endorsement deals, I have a couple people that I brought with me. One person used to work at the Tigers, another person worked at the Red Wings, but they came and worked, came over and worked for us, and they're on that business. But it's a small firm right now. If we get going with this LPG event, we're going to have to hire a lot of people. And if we acquire this other firm, I think they have about 15 people in their firm. So we might get a little bit bigger in a short while here.
Okay, we have time for one more question. Oh.
Has your business hit any of the rough patches, and what did you do to change that and come down?
Well, have we hit any rough patches? I would say no. I would say that the rough patches that are out there have actually helped our firm. One, the players really want more endorsement deals, so they've come to hire us to go look for them. 2, as far as consulting goes, Comcast and Meyer both hired us because they were spending millions and millions of dollars, and they wanted to make sure that they were getting their bang for their buck, and so that's the reason they hired us, was to go through and make sure that they were getting the best deals possible. And the other companies that have hired us to do that pretty much the same way. So they're watching their dollars, and they're hiring us to go do that. So that's helped out quite a bit.
Before we finish up, you can address how ethics and values that they learn here, how important are those in your business?
Okay, ethics and values, bring it back to the Brother Rice days. Lessons learned along the way. One of the things that sticks in my mind is the president of Cooley Law School, Judge Brennan. He said to the class on the first day of school at law school, I thought he was going to give the old look to your right, look to your left, and when are you going to flunk out in a year? Because that was in a Harvard book, but he didn't say that. He said this, he said, you know what is right and you know what is wrong, do what is right. And he said the reason for that is because if you do what's right, you never have to worry about your conscience. And your conscience is what keeps you up at night, and if you weren't good to a girlfriend, or you weren't good to one of your guy friends and stuff, it bothers you and whatnot, because you might have done something wrong or whatnot. So ethics, I think, if you continually go through and do the right thing, I think you'll feel better, you'll get more respect from more people, more business will come your way. Tiger Woods just had a terrible incident. Monday morning we had 5 calls from newspapers and TV reporters asking if we talk about how this is going to affect his endorsement and stuff. I had been to the dentist and my mouth was swollen up, so I had someone else from our firm talk to him. But what he said was, he said he would advise Tiger Woods to get out there right away and tell the truth. Okay, don't hide behind it. Just get out there and tell the truth and move forward. So I think that's the best policy. Just keep confronting things. You tell the truth. You know what's right. You know what's wrong. Do what's right. It's a pretty good motto.
Okay. Well, thank you, Mike, very much. We all appreciate you coming. Okay, Mike, and on behalf of Beamer, the president of the group would like to present you with a gift.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mike. Okay, you all, it's 7:40 right now, so you can all head to your classes, head to wherever it is that you're going. Please make sure if you have not signed in to do so at the laptop. Please make sure you grab all of your trash and throw it into the trash cans. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks for coming. I drank this on the side.